Hey everyone, welcome back to Loot Code. I hope you're doing well. Today we will build a WhatsApp chatbot using a tool called Twilio and ngrok. So I will send a message to my WhatsApp bot, something related to sports, because my chatbot is, it takes a query and then it looks at the espn.com website. So you will look at that in the script. Okay, so that's what my chatbot is ideally doing. So to build this, I am using three components. I would divide it into three components, right? One is my Flask server, one is going to be the Twilio WhatsApp sandbox, and the other one is going to be the ngrok tool, right? So firstly, we can think of our Flask server like our home, right? So our home has an address and our server also has an IP address. Now my Twilio is where my chatbot is being hosted, right? My chatbot has to look through the internet and reply back to my server. But how is it going to look for my server on the internet? For that, we'll be using ngrok to create that gateway or to create that path between my server and the Twilio tool. Okay, so let's start building without any delay. Okay, so let's start building our chatbot. Given here are the steps to follow, so let's go through them one by one. So first, I have to create a Twilio account. So let's go and search Twilio. Okay, I will sign up with Google. I will use my Google account to log in. So Twilio is basically a cloud communication platform as a service. Basically what that means is that it provides tools for developers to integrate communication capabilities into applications. It means that you can add, chatbots and things like that into your website or application. So we will use this tool to build our WhatsApp chatbot. Okay, so before this loads, let's go to Twilio home. Okay, so I will create a new account so that it's helpful for anybody who's starting or doing this for the first time. So account name, I'll say Loot Code Bot. I will be using this account for Twilio. Continue. Billing country will be India. Create new account. And then once it loads, this is country is India, 91 India, and enter your phone number and send verification code. So you will receive a verification code on your phone number. So mine is 583866. Okay, once you submit the verification code, so you'll come to this page. So what do you plan to build with Twilio? I will say other WhatsApp. I am a hobbyist or I'm a student. Next, how do you want to build with Twilio? I'll say with minimal code, preferred coding language Python. I don't want to host anything right now, so or if I do, I'll prefer to use my own hosting service. So get started with Twilio. So this is the new console. This is for my new account. So I'll acknowledge to agree the terms and conditions, confirm. And there you go, we have activated our sandbox. Okay, so now you will receive this phone number. You can either scan the QR code or you can save this number. So the QR code didn't work for me. So what I did, or what I'm going to do now, is I'm going to save this number, and then if I look for it on WhatsApp, I should be able to open it, right? So I have saved this number on my phone now, and I've saved it as Loot Code Bot. So let me open WhatsApp now. Open WhatsApp, and if I look for Loot Code Bot, okay, so this is our WhatsApp chatbot. So let's go back. Now it says with code join grandfather 100. So now we have to type this. Let me copy this and say join grandfather 100. Now it says you're all set. The sandbox can now send or receive messages. All right, so now let's say hi, and it says configure your WhatsApp sandbox inbound URL to change this message. Okay, so this was our first step. Okay, so we have got a Twilio phone number with WhatsApp capabilities. Next step is to set up our Python environment. So let's go ahead and create a virtual environment now. In my terminal, I will type python m vnv. Now this will create my virtual environment. If you observe here, we have our virtual environment. So this is where we'll install all our dependencies and modules. So I need pip install requests. I need Flask. Flask is a web framework. And then I need Twilio invalid requirement. Okay, so let me install them individually. So pip install. Okay, so I've already installed Twilio. Then pip install requests. I've already installed requests. Pip install Flask. Already installed Flask, and I need one more, which is pip install Google search -Python, which is already satisfied. So I have already installed these necessary modules, which you will need to install, right? So now we are ready to begin our script. All right. So first I will create an instance of my Flask framework. So app is equal to, sorry, Flask application, right? So Flask name. All right. Oh, my bad. I have to import all the modules, right? So from Flask, import Flask and request. So the problem here is I have to select a different interpreter. Okay, so you might encounter this error, so that's how you fix it, to choose a different interpreter. That's it. Okay, Flask request. Next, from Google search, I will import the search function. So this will help me perform the Google search programmatically, right? Next, I will import something called a message response class from this Twilio module dot this dot messaging response import messaging response. So these are the necessary modules that I have to import, modules and functions. So now we can create the Flask instance. So app is equal to Flask name. Next I will create a route. So app.route. So this route is the root URL. So what it's going to do is it will respond to a post request. So I am mentioning, right, what kind of HTTP request this route is going to expect. So it's going to be methods equals post, and then I will declare a function called bot. So now when we get a post request, what do we have to do? We have to send a response, right? We need the chatbot to give us a response. So that's what this function is going to do when we get a post request to the root URL, which is mentioned here. Okay. So first, the user message, I will declare a variable called user message. So this is the message that we will be getting from the post request, that whatever I type on WhatsApp, right? If I type hi, so that's a user message. So request dot values dot get body. So if there is something in the user message, then that's the body. If there is nothing, then it's an empty string. So we will convert that to lowercase. Next, we will create a variable called response, and here I'll call this class messaging response. This is building the message, right? A message template, or this is basically what we will return in the end of this function. So our chatbot is creating a message to reply to us, right? So that's what is happening in messaging response, which we have imported from Twilio. Okay, next is the query. So I'll create a variable called q. So this query is for the chatbot to look in Google and respond to us. So our chatbot will go look for anything sports related in ESPN.com. So that's what I have chosen. You can choose any website that you want. So in my chatbot, it will be related to sports. So I can ask it anything related to sports, and it'll do a Google search, and it'll respond with links of something related to whatever I have given as an input. That is the user message. So this would be user message plus ESPN.com. All right. So that's the query. And next, result is the next variable that I've declared, is equal to URL for URL in the search function. So the search function will take two parameters. That is the query. Query will be our user message. If I say hi, who is Lionel Messi, or if I simply type Lionel Messi, it will do a Lionel Messi plus ESPN.com, and that will be my query. It will search my query, and it will return the top three results. So num results equals 3. Right. So next we will create our reply message that the bot will reply to us. So that will be response dot message results for user message. All right. Then I will run a for loop for res in result message Python, message dot body so we'll have 3 results, right? It will go through the 3 results and respond all the 3 results as links. Okay, it will show results for our message, user message, and it will give us these 3 strings, 3 results. Return response. Okay, we have one more step. So if name equals main, okay, this has to be a double equal to, then app.run. So this is basically checking if it's the main module that I'm running this script in. Yeah, so that's it. Our script is ready. So now if I run my script, let me first save it. Python main.py. So now we are running our server, our Flask application, on this URL, http 127.0.0.1 and on port 5000. Okay, so along with creating our virtual environment, we have created our Flask application as well. So in step 3, it says get Twilio credentials, which is not that important, auth token and account SID, but we have already saved our WhatsApp enabled phone number from the Twilio console. Okay, so next step is to connect Twilio with Flask. Okay, let's look at how to do that. So Twilio needs a publicly accessible URL to send messages to your Flask app. Now that we have our Flask server running, So how does Twilio get to know that this is the address that it should send some request or response to, right? So that's where we will be using a tool called ngrok to expose our local server to the internet. It's like creating a tunnel or maybe a backdoor in the internet for our server for Twilio to send some messages to. Okay, so let's go look at the website. So this is the ngrok website. Let me go here, ngrok. Okay, so this is the ngrok website. If I go to platform, so get started for free. Yes, so you have to install ngrok first. So there are two options. You can either download the zip file and then extract them all into your computer, or use this command called choco install ngrok. So Chocolatey is a command line tool. I would suggest you to install Chocolatey because it's going to help you install a lot of things. This obviously is the easier way, where you have to just install the zip file and then extract the contents of it, but I would suggest you to install Chocolatey, right? This is the tool. So I have given a link below on how to install Chocolatey, and once Chocolatey is installed, you will run choco install ngrok on your command line as administrator, right? You'll go to command prompt, you will run as administrator, and then you will install this choco install ngrok. Okay, if you follow these steps, let me repeat them again. First, I have given a link to install this tool. Then you will type this command in the command prompt. In the command prompt, you will not open the command prompt like this. You will open the command prompt as an administrator. You will right click on it and run as administrator, and then type this command over there. Okay, once you're done with that, you will type this command ngrok http 5000, because that's the port that we are running our Flask application in. Okay, and we will get something like this. So there's something called forwarding here, right? So now what I have to do, I will copy this link till here. I will copy this, and here inside messaging, try it out, send a WhatsApp message. I'll come to my sandbox settings and replace it with that link. Okay, and then save it. Once that is done, and once my server is also running, now I can test my chatbot. So this is what we did right now. We went to Twilio console messaging, and then that WhatsApp, and there we went to sandbox settings and set the webhook URL. That's what we did right now. Here, this one. All right. Next, we are ready to test our chatbot. Okay, so we'll send a WhatsApp message to the Twilio number. Okay, so our server is running. We can go to WhatsApp. Let's go to loot code bot, and now I'll type Leo Messi, and there you go. My chatbot is giving me a response from ESPN.com. So if I maybe type Sachin Tendulkar, okay, there you go. So that's my WhatsApp chatbot. We have successfully built a WhatsApp chatbot, right? So if you enjoyed building this, hit the subscribe button. Also hit the thumbs up. Keep learning, keep coding, and goodbye.